Hello everybody, welcome to the Painter's Hut. This video is going to be the very first episode of a series of reviews and retrospectives called When the Dust Settles. We will be taking a look at some past titles that I think deserve to have some recognition. We'll discuss some AAA, AA, and even some indie titles. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and enable notifications if you want to stay up to date on new episodes of When the Dust Settles. Also, make sure to drop a comment below with any suggestions regarding the series format and any games you'd like to see covered in future episodes. But without further ado, let's get started. In this very first episode of When the Dust Settles, we're going to take a look at The Stillness of the Wind, a narrative-driven farming simulator developed by the one-man team at Memory of God Limbic Studios and published by Fellow Traveler in early 2019. I will drop a link to their websites below in the description so you can check out some of their other titles. The game is available for the Nintendo Switch, PC, and iOS for $12.99. For this review, I am taking a look at the PC version. The Stillness of the Wind puts us in the shoes of Talma, an elderly lady who lives by herself on a farm in the middle of the desert. The game examines Talma's relationship with loneliness after all her family members and friends have either passed away or moved to the big city. At this late point in her life, Talma's routine consists of taking care of her goats, chickens, and crops, also getting occasional letters from her friends and family members in the big city. Let's talk about the graphics first. The game's art style is extremely simple, yet detailed and effective. This art style has been used consistently by Memory of God in their previous titles. It emphasizes the simplicity of Talma's routine at this point in her life, where mundane tasks have taken over and there's not much excitement going on besides receiving letters from her family. The art style is very relaxing and soothing to the eye, recreating the peacefulness one may expect from living on a farm. From a performance perspective, the PC version runs smoothly at 60 FPS, as this is not a demanding title in any way. Let's take a look at sound. From a sound perspective, there's really not much to discuss. The ambient sounds follow the same lines of the art style, being simple yet effective at conveying a sense of peacefulness and isolation. The music in the game never feels out of place, and it fits with the overall tone of the story. All the internal and external dialogue is displayed on screen through text, and the voice acting is limited to a few hellos and goodbyes between Talma and the merchant. So let's talk a little bit about gameplay. The Stillness of the Wind's gameplay follows the same overall tones of simplicity and peacefulness set by the graphics and sounds. Talma wakes up early every morning and has to take care of everything on the farm. She milks her goats, makes goat cheese, collects eggs from her chickens, plants, waters, and harvests all of her crops on the farm. Talma also needs to make sure she and her goats are fed. Talma can cook with the eggs and vegetables she has collected and also with the goat cheese she has made. Talma is not the only one that needs to eat though. She needs to make sure her goats are fed to milk them, which is only possible by trading with the merchant that stops by the farm every couple of days. There are also opportunities to explore certain locations outside of the farm to gain more context into the story. All these different tasks can be completed by using a simple click and a few movement interactions with the mouse on the PC version. These interactions range from clicking at the right time and moving the mouse to simulate a steering motion. Although all these tasks may seem easy, there is a catch to all of this. The time Talma has during the day to complete tasks around the farm and explore is limited, and as the days go by, that amount of time grows shorter. Talma also moves extremely slow, and it seems she gets slower over time. This means that you'll have to carefully decide how she's going to spend her days. Exclusively tending to the farm means that Talma won't have much time to explore, and focusing too much on exploring and not on the tasks around the farm will have negative effects on her and her animals. There are also certain threats to animals that will appear at night, and Talma needs to be ready to protect her goats. In terms of story, The Stillness of the Wind relies on the letters Talma receives from family members and the exploration of locations outside of the farm to tell its story. The letters and locations provide us with context into the past events that have shaped Talma and her family. They also provide insight into the current events going on in the big city. Not much can be discussed in terms of story without getting into spoiler territory, but I recommend that you read every single letter and explore as many locations as you can. The game was not designed with replayability in mind. However, you probably have not explored all the locations in your first playthrough, so the second one may allow you to learn more about the story. The game will take you about 3 hours to complete. Now let me give you some of my thoughts. The Stillness of the Wind is an excellent game. It dives deep into themes of loss and isolation, but it also sets a tone of peacefulness. From a personal perspective, this game made me think about the last days of my grandparents, which I never met. I feel like this game might have answered some of the million questions I have about their lives. There are some depressing moments in this game for sure, but there is also a great sense of serenity. But that is all for the first episode of When the Dust Settles, guys. I highly recommend you give this game a try, and if you have played it, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you like this video and want to see more episodes in the future. On one final note, we know there are a lot of things going on around the world and that they can weigh on us significantly. I just want you to know that people care about you and that you're not alone, even if you're in isolation right now. It's also an excellent time to be excellent to one another, but also to be excellent to ourselves. So remember to keep your head up and keep being awesome. Anyways, that's everything from me, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace out and take care.